Your cat does strange things that you dismiss as simple quirks, but in reality, every single action carries a hidden message. Scientists have studied feline behavior for decades and uncovered surprising explanations for the most common habits. Here are 16 strange things cats do and what they actually mean. And the last one, about sudden jumping, will definitely catch you off guard. First, why does a cat knead you with their paws like dough? This ritual is called the milk tread, and it originates from infancy. When a kitten would press against their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow, an adult cat does this when they feel completely content, secure, and loved. Just as in kittenhood, they are literally returning to the emotional state of a kitten nestled beside their mother. This is the highest compliment a cat can offer. Kneading triggers the release of endorphins and sends the cat into a state of genuine bliss. The claws extend involuntarily. This is not an attempt to cause pain. It is simply a reflex. The more intensely a cat kneads, the happier they are in that moment beside you. Some cats even drool during this, which is also a sign of that deep infantile state. When a cat needs you, they are treating you as their mother figure, the source of all safety. You should never interrupt this ritual. Doing so would break a moment of absolute trust. If the claws bother you, place a blanket over your lap and simply enjoy this quiet declaration of love. A cat that never needs may simply not have reached that level of comfort with you yet. Second, why does a cat bring you dead mice and birds? Your cat considers you a hopelessly untalented hunter who will eventually starve without their assistance. They have never once seen you catch prey, and they have decided to take your training into their own paws. First comes the dead prey. This is the beginner level designed for first-time students. Later, they may bring something still partially alive, so you can practice finishing it yourself. If you scream and fling the gift aside, your cat concludes that you are a completely hopeless case. They hunted, they worked hard, they carried the prey all the way back to you, and you showed no appreciation whatsoever. In the wild, mother cats teach their kittens to hunt in exactly this way, by returning with prey. Your cat has essentially assigned you the status of their large, clumsy kitten. This is an act of genuine love and care, not an attempt to frighten or punish you. Respond with praise, give them a pet, and then quietly dispose of the gift. They are trying to feed you and save you from starvation. That is genuinely touching. Third, why does a cat knock things off the table onto the floor? This is not mischief or a form of revenge. Your cat is conducting a serious scientific experiment in physics. They are studying gravity, the trajectory of falling objects, and the sound various items make upon impact. The paw is their primary tool for understanding the world, and they touch everything to determine its properties. A falling object is inherently interesting. It moves, produces a sound, and changes position. In nature, cats investigate potential prey in exactly this way, checking whether it is genuinely dead or simply pretending. That pen on your desk passed the lifelessness test and was confirmed to be non-living. A cat may also push objects off surfaces, specifically to capture your attention when they feel ignored. They have learned that a falling object reliably produces a reaction, and they use that knowledge deliberately. There is also a territorial motivation in the cat's view. The table should be clear and uncluttered for comfortable lounging and observation. Do not scold them for this. They have no concept of the value of your belongings and intend absolutely no harm. Fourth, why does a cat meow at a closed door? A closed door is a personal insult to a cat who considers the entire home their territory. They don't necessarily want to go inside. They simply want the door to be open so that the option to enter remains available. Control over territory matters far more to a cat than actually using every room. They must know what is happening in every corner of the home and retain access at any given moment. When you open the door, they look inside, confirm everything is in order, and leave. This is not mockery. It is a territorial inspection that you interrupted by closing the door. The meowing is their way of protesting the violation of their right to move freely and maintain control. In nature, cats patrol their territory several times a day, checking the perimeters. A closed door is the equivalent of a fence erected in the middle of their domain. It is outrageous to them. Leave doors slightly ajar, or install a cat flap to restore their peace of mind. Fifth, why does a cat bury the food they haven't finished? This is an ancient instinct for concealing leftover prey from competing predators and scavengers. In the wild, a cat does not consume all of their catch in one sitting. They hide the remainder for later. Burying suppresses the smell, which might otherwise attract rivals or larger predators. Your cat simply doesn't know that no other predators exist inside the home. The instinct operates automatically regardless. If they scratch the floor around the bowl, they are attempting to bury the food in soil that isn't there. It can also signal that they dislike the food and want to conceal it, as they would waste. Cats bury their feces for the same reason, to mask their scent from potential threats. If food sits out too long, the cat may begin treating it as spoiled prey. Serving fresh food in smaller portions resolves both the fussiness and the burying behavior. Remove unfinished food after 20 minutes and offer a fresh portion later. The burying instinct will never disappear. It has been encoded in their DNA through millions of years of evolution. Sixth, why does a cat suddenly race around the home like they've lost their mind? This is known as the zoomies, or the frantic 5 minutes, a sudden discharge of accumulated energy. In nature, cats hunt in short explosive bursts and then rest for extended periods. A domestic cat doesn't hunt, so energy builds without an outlet until it reaches a critical point. Then the explosion happens. They sprint, leap, and knock things over as though something has possessed them. Their pupils dilate, their fur stands on end, and their tail puffs up dramatically. This is not a medical condition. After the zoomies, the cat collapses and falls asleep almost instantly. The energy has been fully discharged. If zoomies happen at night, it means the cat hasn't had enough activity and stimulation during the day. 15 minutes of vigorous play in the evening will shift the energy release to a more convenient hour. A cat that never gets the zoomies might be unwell or too listless to express their natural vitality. This is healthy behavior that demonstrates your cat has genuine life force. Embrace the zoomies. This is your cat at their most wild and free. Seventh, why does a cat sit directly on whatever you're reading? Your attention is focused on the book or the screen. Your cat notices that you are not looking at them, so they position themselves between you and the object of your attention to redirect your gaze toward themselves. This is not jealousy in any human sense. It is a straightforward assertion of priority. Your cat considers themselves more important than any book and genuinely cannot understand why you disagree. A warm laptop is an added incentive, but the primary goal is your undivided attention. Paper and screens also carry your scent from frequent handling, which draws the cat toward familiar smells. Additionally, the flat surface of a book or keyboard is physically comfortable for lying down. The cat has no concept of work or reading. From their perspective, you are simply staring at a lifeless object, and they are generously rescuing you from that meaningless activity by offering themselves as a far superior alternative. Place a dedicated spot for them near your workspace, a box or a small bed, and they may accept the compromise, provided they feel sufficiently included. Eighth, why does a cat drink from the tap instead of their bowl? Running water is safer than still water in nature, an instinct that has protected cats for thousands of years. Standing water can become contaminated, while flowing water is constantly renewed and oxygenated. Your cat has no way of knowing that the water in their bowl is perfectly clean. Instinct tells them to drink from a moving stream. The sound of running water attracts their attention and signals a fresh source. A bowl placed near their food also creates a subconscious aversion in nature. Prey contaminates the water nearby, making it unsafe to drink. Move the water bowl to a different room, and your cat will drink more readily. A drinking fountain mimics the flow of a stream and can double their water intake. Cats that drink too little are vulnerable to kidney disease, which is one of the leading causes of death in the species. Bowl width also matters. Their whiskers should not touch the edges while they drink. Change the water daily, as cats can detect stagnation and will actively avoid it. Respect the instinct and create conditions that align with it. Ninth, why does a cat rub against the corners of furniture and your legs? Cats have glands on their face that secrete pheromones, a unique personal chemical signature. When they rub, they deposit their scent and claim ownership of whatever they touch. The corner of the cabinet becomes their corner. Your leg becomes their property. This behavior also serves an information gathering function. They smell what others have left behind and overwrite it with their own signature. Rubbing against your legs when you return home is the restoration of their scent mark on you. You came back carrying foreign smells from the outside world, and those need to be covered urgently with a familiar and comforting aroma. This is one of the highest forms of acceptance a cat can offer. By doing this, they include you in their territory as a genuine part of it. A cat that never rubs against you may not yet consider you part of their world. After rubbing, they feel calmer and more settled. The territory has been marked and brought back under control. Guests who carry no familiar scent cause stress until the cat has had a chance to claim them too. Let them rub. They are not trying to leave fur on your clothes. They are trying to claim you as their own. 10th, why does a cat show you their rear end? A raised tail and the presentation of the rear is the highest compliment in feline social culture. Kittens greet their mother this way. Adult cats greet trusted companions in the same manner. It is an invitation to exchange scent-based information, the feline equivalent of a handshake. Your cat doesn't realize that humans don't engage in this particular form of greeting, and they are genuinely doing you an honor. By showing a vulnerable part of their body, they are expressing complete trust. Turning away from another creature and exposing the back signals in absence of fear. Your cat is literally saying, "I am not afraid you will attack me from behind." If you are petting a cat and they raise their rear, they are asking you to continue. The base of the tail is a sensitive zone, rich in nerve endings. Accept this unusual compliment gracefully. Your cat has grown into their ways and will not change their etiquette. They expect you to recognize the trust they are offering, not recoil from it. 11th, why does a cat chew on plastic bags and wires? The crunching sound of plastic closely resembles the sound of crushing prey bones, which activates the hunting instinct. Some bags contain traces of animal fat in their composition, which the cat detects with their nose. Chewing can also be a sign of stress, boredom, or insufficient mental stimulation. Wires resemble the tails of mice or small snakes, ideal targets for a hunting-minded cat. This is genuinely dangerous behavior that can lead to choking or electrocution. Remove plastic bags from their reach and protect wires with corrugated tubing or bitter anti-chew spray. Offer safe alternatives for chewing, such as cat grass or purpose-made chew toys. Also check whether there may be a nutritional deficiency. Chewing unusual objects can sometimes indicate a lack of essential minerals. Regular interactive play significantly reduces destructive chewing behavior. Your cat is not being naughty. They are trying to satisfy a real need in the wrong way. Your role is to offer the right alternative for both chewing and hunting. 12th, why does a cat meow at 3 in the morning? Cats are crepuscular hunters by nature. Their activity peaks naturally occur around dawn and dusk. 3 in the morning is precisely when, in the wild, cats would be heading out to hunt. A domestic cat has not rewired these biological rhythms across thousands of years of domestication. They wake up full of energy and simply cannot understand why you are still asleep. The meowing is their attempt to rouse the household for a collective hunt or a game. They may also be hungry. A small meal before bedtime can help. An automatic feeder set to dispense food around 3 in the morning will resolve the hunger-driven meowing. Vigorous play before you go to sleep depletes their energy sufficiently to last through the night. Ignoring the night meowing is the only reliable way to break the habit. If you get up in response, your cat learns that meowing works, and the behavior will continue and intensify. Heavy curtains that maintain darkness can help shift dawn-related activity to a later hour. Your cat is not deliberately tormenting you. They are simply living according to their biological clock. 13th, why does a cat sit in a box that is clearly too small for them? A box provides a sense of security. Its walls offer protection from every direction except the entrance. In nature, cats sleep in enclosed shelters where a predator cannot approach undetected. A small box is actually preferable to a large one. Fewer angles of potential attack need to be monitored. The sensation of walls pressing gently on all sides produces a calming effect, similar to being held or swaddled as an infant. Research has shown that stress levels in shelter cats are reduced by half when they are given a box to retreat into. This is known as contact comfort. Gentle pressure on the body relaxes the nervous system. The temperature inside a box is also higher, due to the retention of body heat, and cats are deeply attracted to warmth. Cardboard is additionally pleasant for their claws and carries interesting smells. A box placed in the middle of a room also serves as the perfect ambush point for unsuspecting passing legs. Never throw away boxers. To a cat, this is one of the most valuable resources in the home. Even a square drawn on the floor will attract a cat. Boundaries and defined spaces matter profoundly to them. 14th, why does a cat stare into empty space as though seeing something invisible? Your cat is perceiving things that are completely beyond your senses. Ultraviolet light, ultrasound, micromovements, a dust mite caught in a beam of light, a spider on the ceiling, a mouse moving inside a wall. They detect all of it. Their vision is adapted for hunting at dusk and captures even the slightest flicker of movement. Their hearing reaches frequencies of up to 65,000 Hz. Your hearing maxes out at around 20,000. They can hear electricity humming in the walls, a mouse 3 rooms away, and a neighboring cat outside on the street. When your cat stares into a corner, there is genuinely something there. You simply lack the sensory equipment to perceive it. It might be an insect too small for your eyes to register, or a sound pitched too high for your ears to detect. Cats can also see in the ultraviolet spectrum, which is entirely inaccessible to humans. Urine traces, patterns on flowers, certain insects, all of these glow visibly to them. They are not seeing ghosts. They are perceiving a reality that is broader and richer than yours. Trust their reaction. If your cat appears tense, there may well be a genuine reason. 15th, why does a cat lick you? When a cat licks you, they are recognizing you as a member of their family and grooming you as they would a fellow cat. Mutual grooming in cats is called allogrooming, a ritual specifically designed to strengthen social bonds. A mother cat licks her kittens. Adult cats lick each other. It is a sign of deep acceptance. Your cat has welcomed you into their inner circle and is caring for you as they would a close relative. Their rough tongue is a tool for cleaning fur and removing parasites. Your cat is quite literally trying to tidy you up according to their own standards. They are also applying their scent to you and absorbing yours, blending the two into a shared family aroma. Licking you after you return home is their way of removing the foreign smells that accumulated on your skin while you were away. If a cat licks intensely, they may be sensing your stress and attempting to soothe you. It can also be a sign of anxiety. Compulsive licking warrants closer attention. The salty taste of your skin is pleasant to them, but the deeper motivation is always an act of love. Accept the unusual compliment. You are now officially a recognized member of the cat family. 16th, why does a cat suddenly leap at you from a hiding spot? You're walking past the sofa and your cat launches at you like a predator targeting prey. This is not aggression, and it is not an attempt to frighten you. This is pure hunting instinct expressed in a playful form. In nature, cats hold their position in ambush for hours, waiting for the precise moment when prey enters their strike zone. Your moving legs trigger an ancient and deeply embedded hunting program. The object is in motion, therefore it must be caught. At the instinctive level, a cat makes no distinction between play and actual hunting. The internal response is identical. An ambush from around a corner, from beneath the sofa, from inside a box. These are all practice runs for skills that kept their ancestors alive. They have no intention of hurting you. The claws are usually retracted or only partially extended for the catch. After the leap, the cat typically releases and dashes away. This is the natural completion of the hunting cycle. Catch and release. If the behavior becomes too forceful, it means your cat lacks other appropriate outlets for their hunting energy. Regular active play with wand toys and balls will redirect that instinct towards suitable targets. Do not punish them for setting ambushes. Offer praise and redirect them toward appropriate prey. A cat that lays ambushes is a healthy cat with fully alive instincts.